This Fun Friday. I hope that you guys have a chance to look at our virtual field trip today. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. But I am excited about learning about this type of poetry today. This type of poetry is called a Cinquain poem. Okay, you might hear it called a Cinquain poem or Cinquain poem. It doesn't matter, it's talking about the same one. So there are very specific rules that you have to follow in order to do a cinquain. So a cinquain has 5 lines, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You can see that on our poem at the bottom. Line 1 is going to be your title, and it's going to be a noun. And you can only have one word in line 1. So here in my example, I have dogs. On line 2 of my example, I have a description of that animal. So 2 words. Now, it doesn't have to be an animal. I'm just using it as an example. Line 3, you're going to have 3 verbs. So 3 actions that your thing does. Line 4 is a feeling. So when I think of my dogs Lola and Maggie, I think of friends when you need them. So it needs to be a phrase, so it does not need to be a complete sentence, because remember, a phrase and a sentence are different, but it does need to have 4 or more words. And then your last line, line 5, is going to be a title again, except you're not going to say dogs. You're going to think of a synonym or a word that means the same for your title. So when I think of dogs, a synonym for dogs would be pets. So that's why I put it in the last piece of this poetry. Let's take a look at your assignment for today. So this talks a little bit more about what a cinquain is. It talks about the fact that it has 5 lines. It tells you exactly what your structure needs to look like. And if you need to, go back to my example of my dog poem, and this shows you exactly the structure that you need to follow on yours today. So here you are going to think of a subject. Remember, mine was dogs. You're going to think of 2 adjectives. So I think mine was furry and friendly. Yep, right here. So there's line 2. Line 3, I had barking, fetching, playing. And then your reaction here, I think of a lifelong friend when I think of my dogs. So that would go here. And then another name for dogs would be pets, a synonym. That would go here. Then here I'm going to take my rough draft, my pre-writing notes, and I am going to put it here in my rough draft, okay? So this is pre-writing, rough draft, and then here you're going to do your published copy of your Cinquain poem. I would love to hear you guys reading your poetry from this week, so don't forget to have a grown-up video you doing your poetry so that I can share it with everybody either on Seesaw or on Facebook. I hope you have a good time with this, and I will see you next week for more writing.